Have you ever felt like a number in an endless sea of prescriptions and doctor's visits? Well, that's what we're talking about today. And that is how my story went from Western medicine to holistic healing. So let's talk about this a little bit. There was a time where my body started to fail. Mostly this started happening around 2002, where my body began to become very sick. And I had a spreadsheet of diagnoses. I had so many prescriptions that the pharmacy knew me by voice and by name and by face. And it had gone on and on and on. I had spent 30 years in traditional counseling. I had a team of doctors and I was young. In 2002, I was 38 years old and felt like I was 90. I had so many prescriptions that I had to carry them around in like a grocery bag. Um, it was it was a time of my life that I just couldn't do it anymore. I was so sick, and it felt like the only way for me to feel better was to continue taking medications for the rest of my life. And I said, enough. I'm done. I'm done with this. After what, 12 years, 12 years of that, I couldn't do it anymore. And I stopped. Now, a lot of people told me I couldn't do that. A lot of people told me I was putting my health at risk. And at that point, I didn't care because I was tired of life the way that it was going. And I had decided that it was time for me to either for my life to be over or for me to find another way. And since 2014, I have virtually walked completely away from Western medicine. Now, that isn't a choice that's easy to make. It isn't a choice I um, recommend. It is simply the journey that I took. I became less and less impressed with Western medicine. I felt like it had become a pill mill to where all you were doing was getting one prescription and then it would cause side effects and you would get another prescription and it would cause side effects and then you would get another prescription. All the while you're just adding more and more and more toxic chemicals to your body. And I was done. I was absolutely fucking done. And I didn't know what to do at that point. Didn't really know. I had been studying some on the mind body connection, and I was beginning to learn about that. I was introduced to essential oils. I was a bit skeptical, but I was like, well, maybe. And we'll talk about those in another video. I had done some meditation, like I had done some different things, but I knew that what I really needed for my body was a way for me to heal that wasn't another damn prescription. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Have you gone through this? Like, it's just like, is this going to just continue? I believed that there had to be another way than what I was hearing out there. So on my journey, what I have done now is I no longer take any prescription medications. It's now 2024 at the time of this video. I don't take any prescription medications. I don't take over-the-counter medications. I just in the last few months began some supplements for deficiencies and things like that. That helped me clear my body so I could figure out exactly what is still going on. I renounced all of the illnesses I had had, and I wanted to see what is my body telling me. I want to hear my body over someone else, as someone else's opinion about what I have going on. And what I've found is that when I worked with the unhealed emotions that I was still carrying around after all of these years, my body began to change. I started I started feeling better. I started being able to hear the signals of my body. I started changing the way that I knew how to eat. I started changing the way that I knew how to think. I started changing the way that I knew how to speak. And all of the things that I did combined are what helped get me to where I am today. And now, today, I am 59 years old. And am I 100% where I'd like to be? I'm not, but I'm a whole lot closer than I was. And what I have found on my journey is that I can work with myself on prevention. I can work with myself on creating healthy habits. I can work on myself holistically, top to bottom, head to toe, so I can see what's going on. And then I have learned enough about holistic modalities that I can seek out the type of modality that I need that doesn't involve sitting for hours and hours and hours in waiting rooms and being exposed to various things, whether it be, uh, bloodborne pathogens or diseases in the waiting room, or um, the radiation from whatever device is being used. Now, let me say, if I do believe in Western medicine when you have an urgent or emergent situation. And what has happened on my journey is the more healing I do, the less urgent emergent situations I have. I used to be someone who was so sick. Every time I would get sick, it would be like three diagnoses at once. I would usually have an upper respiratory infection. I would have something going on in a sinus infection, maybe even a urinary tract infection. Every time I went, there were at least three diagnoses, and I was sick all the time. But with all of the prescriptions, my body could never get healed. My body just kept being run down. And the prescription sometimes would mask wellness, but it was just really a bandage over the top of things, and it look like it was healed, but then it would pop up somewhere else. It's like you're playing a game of whack-a-mole with your health. And now, again, if you have an emergent situation, back in 2020, I fell off some steps and broke my shoulder. Now, that did end up requiring medical attention, but I also went for about a week just being with the shoulder and learning what it was that my shoulder needed me to know, like what is happening. And then I went for some medical attention, the minimal amount that I could do, which did require an x-ray to confirm that it was broken, and did require them giving me a sling and a couple of different things. But other than that, they really didn't do anything. I did my own physical therapy, and let's see, I ended up in the ER again in 2022. I had developed the virus that's been going around. And in that time, I began having some rectal bleeding, which had been a concern for my children because I've had a history with some pretty serious surgeries and things going on in intestines. So I went ahead and went that night. And after I was there for hours and hours and hours, they came up with something minimal, sent me home with prescriptions, and it wasn't anything that I couldn't have handled on my own. Now, again, I'm not advocating that you don't go get medical attention. What I am advocating for is your right to choose. I am advocating for your right to decide, is this path that I'm on, is it actually healing me or is it harming me? Am I sick and tired of the prescriptions? Am I sick and tired of not being heard? Am I sick and tired of what I have going on being lumped into a diagnosis with umpteen other people, but nobody actually hearing and understanding me as a whole person? So that is why I chose holistic healing over Western medicine. So, what do you think? Where are you on this topic? I am Tammy Coin, your holistic alchemist. I am here to change pain into possibilities and possibilities into purpose. I do offer a free consultation. The link is in the description and all over the channel. We spend about an hour together talking about what you have going on your healing journey or personal development journey and what I offer and see if we're a great fit. So please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.